Comfortable here into this spot, trying to play this retake now. No missteps, 5v5, and a little fight occurring off onto the flank here. Khalil needs to win that fight out, and he does just that. Okay, dominant positions here from Furia. They claim to the site. They claim to a couple of bodies as well. G2, love to see if Trent can pick up these pieces. He's making a decent go over here, but confidence on show. Straight back in for an attempt, potentially to fudge straight back in. That's Prize who steps up to that challenge instantly with the trade-off once more and a triple face. And it's all Furia winning this out. Defeat filled up with red entirely. And they're drenching the site in it on top of it. Leaf, he's left alone now in a 1v2. Players are low enough, single shot with the Outlaw. Can make something of this one. A rapid pivot here from these Furia players to be able to get that open sight, access to the A.
Leaf did get an upgrade into this as well, so he can slowly creep in. I mean, he has been clutch in the past for this G2 squad. The star player in stage 1 for them. We saw the work he could do on Chamber. I mean, any character doesn't matter. Is he ready to face?
Oh my, no way. Resets Marafa's watchful eye from on high. Get the plan to get an ult online on top of it, and this flank that's occurring, triple face up. Khalil's just watching to the one side of it as well, and a fight called for into the CT point. Heat off to the side into the corner, not expecting that, and a dodge and a juke off the flash away. Not quite there with a movement, but not dead yet. He's straight back at it with the ult, but he needs some help, and bailout still around the corner. Stun, good connection. Jonah P trying to square up, trying to posture, and luckily it's all in control from the rest of his team onto this side. It leaves it just down to Valen and Jonah P, side by side, but opposite sides of the map, and lovely movement with the A, and Valen realizes he got to call it quits and back away once more. This is Furia making all the right moves.
Yeah, this is so sick to watch if you're a Furia fan, especially doing this against G2 players that have been so dominant on this map of Lotus.
Could be a playmaker. Needs to catch this kill here with him versus Prize, and Prize just takes his head clean off. Dimensional drift. It's in again, it's on a rapid play. But just with the operator in hand, there's not really too much he can do. Armageddon lays the way as well. It's going to be paving a path straight forwards and slowed to a crawl. It's what G2 do best. Util combos, ults on ults. The Nightfall is going to be offloaded. An attempt to upend this site control, but this time G2 have got their way in through the positions. Slow siege from them. Tucked up onto the corner. Shots are still hitting. Rattled off. Few misses inside. Trent's on for a 4-piece. Potentially the ace round to the corner. Prize has just taken out Jorgamo. No surprises, and Trent's left to do it all. Stick of a half is necessary.
Actually get some value this time around.
This is 4 players to G2 looking to try and put a stop to this one. Finally, Havoc stopped in his tracks. Still off to the side as an off angle of Khalil, and still layering down with these bullets as Prize side by side over the shoulder. G2 thought they had an advantage. They wanted to try and take this one all the way, but they're the ones hurting at the end of the day. It's a player disadvantage now for them. Trent, love to see what he can do. Wall's going to be dropping soon enough. Pause called for.
Yeah, and with Leaf taking all this C-mount space, no reason for these G2 members not to double up here. I think if they get a little too antsy, though, and walk into the crosshairs of Furia, that is the disadvantage. But they have nobody checking front B, so Trent, he's got to do this back and forth. Hope he doesn't get timing. The re-clear of the drone will give good info now, though.
Yeah, you spot 2, you know exactly where most of the players are going to be holding, but time is of the essence. Util, wall goes up, though, as they're trying to take the refight there. It's a bit of miscoordination, communication there. Open door, straight in through into the site now. Smoke dropped down. It's up to Valen to put a stop to this one. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
So much utility still on the play for Furia. When this fault line's going to come out, you have the Breach Key as well. And he can be the human drone to entry in here as well.
Aftershock's good. And side here with Khalil being dropped as well. A bit of spam straight into the smoke. This is good from G2. It's what they needed in the moment here. It's uncomfortable now. Only 8 seconds remaining. An attempt to clear this guy. Pesky problem. The Valen is. This is it. It's desperation, and there's no time left to win. Trent all just needs to play his life, and it's a round.
This is going to be a fight towards this A side of the map. A lot of util being exchanged.
The tangle out towards it. It's a good flash as well, though. Valen set up nicely. Nearsighted. Stun at your feet. It's getting a bit awkward, but still G2 maintaining control and watchful positions and a watchful eye of Jorg. No more funny business from Heat. He's been slipping into all sorts of gaps, and they double hold this one all the way up. One left to stand. It's just Prize up against it, rattling off these shots, but yeah, making it nice and awkward. Trent is not. It's a stun. It's a the feeder Trent. He's under a lot of pressure. Can't quite win that fight out as well. Dodging and juking most of the util. That is just instinctual by Havoc. He knows that the door's going to be open towards Blue Room. Bit of spam. Earns him that reward.
And this time, instead of freezing, they're opting to just push the pace, take control of that entire A site. They don't want to get surrounded and run down that clock. So a good adaptation from Furia off of that timeout as well. And this retake for G2, it's going to be so hard. So much is riding on the 1v1s.
A 3v5 is the first one to be taken. Okay, a little bit unlucky there for Prize. Maybe, but Heat is right behind you. And guess what? Oh, Leaf's lucky to be alive. He wants to try and take this fight out, and why not? You've got to try and remove some of these problems, but it's a rapid go ahead. G2, they call for it. Paranoia, skirt this way forwards, a lot of damage done to these players, but you can't count G2 out, not just yet. Jorgamo, it's already onto this spike, onto this defuse on top of it. That's half, and he's sticking it all the way. Kills to be found, out and wide. And there's that attempt as well, finally swinging through and true. Furia, how do you choose to refight this one? It's been slowed down. Waiting for the timing, hold on. Forget about a util, guns in hand, just try and make the most of it. Valin! That's what the team needed. The IGL to step up.
I love the reactive utility as well from Jonah P right there. That fault line coming through. Yeah, Valin didn't need it, but this is what we know G2 to be. Multiple steps in their protocols. I think Heat actually caught a glimpse of Trent there on the fallback. I mean, a 2v5 would be ridiculous to close out the half. Such a tough ask, Heat. See if anybody gives him a 1v1.
Yeah, it's looking unlikely though.
Spike's so far away now. I mean, I think Jaw also saw him on a jiggle as well. But yeah, Valin, the IGL, he's been stepping up huge in these rounds. I mean, he was negative, I think, 6 or 7 at one point. Now he's 11 and 11 on the scoreboard.
Potential ace on the cards as well, if you can find this one. Hunting.
Oh, he's got it.
Sniffing out Heat. Caught the timing as well. Back to the wall. There it is. Get a plant down. Just enough time onto the clock for this one, and Call has made a step forwards as well. Take control of a bit of these avenues out towards B, make it a bit less uncomfortable here for G2. Paranoia is primed. Valin is holding this one ready, and as soon as they see it, util flying forwards, and Jorgamo, he bites, pounces straight onto his prey, and this guy is now unleashed. Every position accounted for. Prize reveals his hand with just that haunt. Takes up control of this one, but with Trent being taken out, hold on. Main needs to be accounted for. Being cleaned up ever so slightly, but Prize has got a hell of a task still yet to do. It's 1v2, and he doesn't know where these players are at all. Joey wants to take that point, take that contact, and a pistol round win now.
Do they have the correct set of protocols, the correct set of utility to flush all these players out that are in mound?
Vault opened, haunt up and over towards the top leaf, my God. It's target practice. The door's opened up wide here, but a double face off through into the back of the site. Still, time is ticking, and guess what? Util held out into these hands, but Util does not care when there's gunplay. Into the hands of Havoc. Ripping him a new one, but still he just can't quite do it, man. He did manage to get half as a potential win con. Prize with the tap. But Trent, 15 seconds left. Salvos, sliders and gaps to play in here. The Nightfall on top of it. It's all going to be layered. Furia, they can put a stop to this here and now, but it comes down to the shots, comes down to that firepower. G2 though, still committed, still sticking it. And what a spray transfer from Prize to pit drop down. Last line of defense here, Leaf weaving in and out into that 1v1. Him versus Heat. Steps himself in. Decay kicking in. And he's got to try and sniff this guy out entirely, but Leaf is already back to safety. Drops his way back. So much to clear. It's a game of timings, and Heat is not favored. Time still ticking. Smoke dropped, blooms, blossoms, damage done! But maintains that composure in Heat. This at least, he knows it from the UI. 2 players spotted out. It's given a feel like this could be setting up for a bit of a B hit, but the rest of the players in through onto A. Pivot options available. Khalil spotted out wide. That's a full access. Open side, open plant now on towards A for G2. With player advantage, and it just keeps building up.
Leaf is so sharp on this site. And the post plant just feels like it's just going to be too clean.
It's taken over.
Yeah, I think you just go for a save right now if you're Furia. If you want to try to get some exits, maybe. But if you look at the money, I mean, you don't have any at this point. The rounds have been very close.
If he saved that gun, maybe he could have bought for somebody, but he takes the fight anyway. With the door open wide, though. close quarters. Khalil will try and make the most of it. Jorgamo just disrespected him, running him down, shorty in hand. It's an Armageddon in through the back of the site. That will give them that peace of mind. Rolling Thunder used right back at it, but it's just delayed in terms of the timing. It doesn't deny the plant at all. G2 still into the post with this one. It's up to Furia to see if they can put the squeeze on. They've got a lot of positions accounted for. Rafa's alone up through heaven. These flanking players got to do the work here. Layers down the fault line to try and help them out. Catching these players, but still not catching it close to the corner. No swings in sight. Trent's still locking it down. It's a beautiful angle. Crosshair placements there. Bit of spam in order. Not dead yet. Right back into it, but dominating the angles into these smokes. Valin! That's a lot of pressure. I mean, Prize just whiffs the seas as a result of it. Door open wide. That's Heat seeking to relieve that pressure. But it's been turned straight back at him. B main. Open for the taking. Khalil a timing to be taken, but Valin is already on top of it. Every option accounted for. 2v3, Prize to be that playmaker. Steps up to the side, but Jonah P almost on ice skates with the way that he's moving like that.
That's a ridiculous 1v1 to win, Brad. And there was an Omen TP towards the A site. The spike is planted. I mean, Rafa, he has no idea where these members are. There was a guy that just got taken out at C for him.
Yeah. Since it got to the second half, I mean, G2 have been in complete control. Rafa's got to do a lot. First obstacle removed, 2 more remaining. There's a clone in your face as well, blinds it up. He's got to know the rough positioning, but Jorgamo could be anywhere. Narrowly spotted out, just baiting these shots out, and guess what? Shorty in hand. Okay, he's getting funny with it, getting funky with it, but he's bought time. And that's a true win con. Already that circle shrinking. They know it. G2, it's been just a push and pull, and this time Havoc, caution to the wind, tries to take these fights straight up, but stunned up in the process. There is a follow-up, deep push out through B main. It's all contained or handled, but it does still leave it to that 2v2. Jorgamo ults online, picks up the spike. The safety there with it. Gate crash all the way in and through and clears that corner. Heat has been spotted. Target acquired. Out into the open. 31 health here for Jorgamo. Snake might drop down at your feet as well. There's uncertainty in the air. Leaf lands that shot. With Heat plucked out of the picture, it almost feels inevitable.
The toxins going up.
And yeah, it's up to Khalil in this 1v2. We've seen him do it before. He used to be Furia's shining star, getting tons of clutches on this controller role. But it's just going to be so difficult with this doubled up approach from the side of G2. Their post plants have been something that they have been drilling for years.
Time ticking. Pressure's on for Khalil. They've made all the noise in the world, and the time to strike is nigh. Bit of a rumble. Heat's going to be in a bit of trouble. That's a double dash forwards, and oh my! Not ready for that kind of pace. Jorgamo straight there forwards, refract, straight back, and it's a bait and switch. The rest of his team nowhere near. An attempt at a punish there. Comes the succession there for Heat. Evens it out, 4v4, and this is a rapid play. No time to breathe, no time to even think about what the hell is going on here. It's leaping into the fray with the classic right clicks in hand.
Now we're setting up for the post plant right now. 4 members alive, that door being closed. Trent barely escaping with his life.
There's been no slowdown. No break in the play here. The G2 at least going to be able to set themselves up into the post now. Doubled up into hell. Valin holding in through main. A lot of damage done to a multitude of them. Trent's they got 8 HP to work with. Same can be said for a few of these Furia players. Jump in, right click, and see if they can get lucky with a stray shot on Khalil. One more bullet will do it. Furia need to hit some shots, and they need it now. In through and wide. Rafa just not accounting for it. He with the peak. Khalil from the side leaves it down. It's that 1v1. With the damage done, you got to think Valen's favored. Round and wide. Dodging and weaving past it. One through the back of the side of the team trying to take a swing. And my God, Havoc ripping off heads.
Oh,
just anticipating it. Already hearing the jump spot prior. Khalil going for a bite of the apple there. Leaf with the clean up onto Rafa on top of it. So equalized out ever so slightly, but not quite. Furia still with the player advantage just by 1.
and for G2, you having to deal with B main aggression, mid aggression, and A main aggression, like you can't hold it all, right? No. Like, I wonder at what point you're gonna see G2 maybe just clump up, use that KO knife up close, and just full W key. The defense is spread thin right here, though, and G2 are calling the right site to hit. Prize.
Incredibly wide swing. Leaf
Standing ahead.
sense an opportunity to potentially punish Prize. Just up onto that angle. Shock Dart. Don't know where the hell that one's going, but Havoc needs to just be watching onto this position. The smoke gets them in. G2 looking to pave away. Path for success, but these shots are hitting, rattling wide. Jonah P. Instant answer in through the back of the side. And he has the spike in hand, but against this many players, just so damn unlikely. Rafa going re-exploring in through the side as well, but not accounting for Jorg. Slipped his way in through Market. Got himself an upgrade into the process. Do you want to try and make your way in? Yeah, Flash is picture perfect almost. Jonah P. The Sheriff bullet straight to the dome of Prize. Takes him out.
Spike plant.
Paranoia sweeping wide. Jorgamo is a menace at this point. Thorn in their sides that they just cannot remove.
Rafa slowly clearing out Leaf. He's the only win condition now for this retake.
Needs one more. Jorg back to multiple players. No swing inside. Wide.
I think they were trying to catch out Havoc.
That's true, and Jorgamo is still accounted for these possible repositions. At the same time as that, Khalil, deep push and disrespect in through A main. Trent's been dropped, but still player advantage here for G2, and they're, I think, trying to get a bit of a control on the tempo of this game, because
It's been so fast-paced.
scrappy, hasn't it?
Yeah, but now they're just starting to punish Furia on all cylinders.
okay.
I mean, Valen connecting on every single shot.
Sights now over towards this A side. Prize, an opportunity. Nobody's watching this smoke. He could just slip past the gap and see if he can find an opening, but they're just being torn asunder, aren't they? What is that by Leaf? Flips it around, a quick 180 and a bullet to the dome. Prize is no more.
Filthy shot from Leaf. He had no right winning that aim duel.
Trying to go to shorties, blinded. Oh boy, it doesn't even matter. That's mincemeat in through the back of the site, and with heat dropped, it's the site cracks wide open. You didn't have to choose to take that refract back here. Hunter's Fury from Prize has to be offloaded. Anything to try and slow them down and get Furia and in a win con. Anything inside! Leaf is dominating the position. Perched up just outside Market. He wants a little bit more. It's going to make sure they've got control of that one. And Rafa, wait a second, wrapping around here. That's Valen dropped off onto the side. It's a 3v5 now. It's the best chance in a long while. The Fury have had to get around here into this map. You can't let it slip just yet. Drawn up and over the top there. Heat wall popped open and out, and has damage straight down and around. Dart revealing all straight through the wall. Jonah P got to back away at this point. It's a 1v4. You're getting overwhelmed. There's fight to be taken. Paranoia up in your face. Khalil not favored into that spot. Balance easily finding it. Hold on, saturate down and around. How is Jorgamo getting this man? Dodging and juking most of the way forwards. Havoc from on high. He's looking to rain down bullets. Got the operator, got the ult. Stray shots fired, but gonna play this one a bit more passively. Needs to buy time for the rest of his team to get into the fight. Buy time for this late lurk that's occurring. Rafa. Pressure now, bit of a clearance in through tree.
And this time, no late flank coming all the way around. Yeah, easy shot for Leaf to clean up Havoc in the 1v1. I mean, he's already primed on that angle.
Quick. Havoc's caught now though, suppressed. Caught to the corner, shorty in hands, wide with the face, shotgun! No way! Knives in action! And Havoc does his best to battle his way out of that position, but Jorgamo's right there with you, 1 HP and a dream. Teammate on his back potentially, but Leaf as rapidly as you can come into the fight. Tap for him. See if he can pick up the pieces into this one. Double face up, but he's isolated it so damn nicely. Leaf, surely not damage. Done and more. Still alive here. Furia not leaving though, and backs are open wide here, but it's an instant trade-off as Leaf is dropped. Now trying to get themselves into the side. What a call with a push. Perfect setup and play by Jonah P. Up overhead, calls the flash, and Jonah P tears them asunder.
Rafa on this flank though. He's gonna see 4 members.
It's been watched for. It's a double up as well. These players are counting for it. Rafa, not long for this world, is he? And he dropped down just to 20 health. Players know where he is.
30 seconds left.
G2 team ahead. Delayed with the paranoia. Rafa's out into the open.
It's perfect. And this is a set play we've seen with Jets. I mean,
Yeah, bit of a tiles crunch.
Yeah.
And even in re-exploration, Heat is punished for his hubris. 2 players drop down. These are weapons now that you've handed over to the opposition. G2, as weak as this bonus was, it doesn't matter. They work magic across the battlefield.
So filthy. We were talking about how Furia were taking the fight to G2. I mean, to see it the other way around, it's just insanity. And now it's a 4v2, 5v2 retake. Yeah, it's heroics.
Needs to be. Prize is giving you a lifeline, but can you do anything else with it? Khalil left into that 1v1. The potential is there. Jogamo half already sticking this one all the way through. Paranoia has to get off of it. But Wincon to be bored, earned out, swinging wide and out, but bullets to the dome. That is unbelievable. And a long timeline has rolled out for G2, and here it is. Jogamo up and over the top. That's a saturate, but already these players have dropped, toppled. Skate Crash going straight past him. Salvos, he chooses to disrespect it. That's just to get the gun. Picks it up, but guess what? Havoc's right there, watching. In through the fight, even wants to potentially take a refight on top of it. Needs some util to set him up. If he wants to try and take it, Khalil from behind, and there it is. Applying that pressure, squeeze onto it, Leafs left alone, 1v4. There's no chance for him to really play himself in here.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario here, if you can catch out, they're gonna crunch A from spawn, Brent.
But he's straight up in them, and there's no setup for Havoc when he's making a play like that. I mean, you gotta think a couple of layers ahead.
It's madness.
More mechanical ability surely can bail you out, and yes, Valen, he's hot on it, man. Swings for the trade, and Prize once more. Staring down the barrel of defeat for this particular round. Can he pull off another miracle? Not quite. 11th round for G2. I mean,
from G2.
Repeat, right from the side there. It's Jonah P trying to punish these players, but that's a DTP now in through A. Swings and roundabouts. Spike into the hands of Khalil here. He just wants to get open access to the A side to try and help his team out. And, well, aim just not quite in control there for Trent. Still from on high. Leaf tapping away, man. He's already found the 2, just couldn't quite claim the 3rd. Still, damage has been done, and he's made it just that much more winnable. If this mid kill goes the way of Joe, not quite. So, Furia on this half at least.
That's a great entry, though.
Yeah, this one's a good change of pace for G2. And yeah, Jorg is just too good at accounting for it, man.
Straight to the dome.
It's painful. Trent, control, still bullet to the dome. There's no follow-up. The rest of his team there, he's just trying to contain aggro control of it. Peek out wide, Leaf has already claimed it, and this is a Furia team that is being picked to pieces. The tapestry unraveling. Spike drop down into main, and G2 choke, and there's an ult for extra measure. Dismissed there with a dart. He blinded up to anything here, straight and around to Jenny. 20 seconds left, the spike is in spawn, man, and a flick of the wrist from Jorg. He's finishing this map and series in style. He knows what the players are. All accounted for, everyone's ready for it. G2, take it away, 13-7.